In this video, we're going to be covering the information that is on pages Word 38 and 39 out of your textbook, which is entitled To Add Hyperlinks. And a hyperlink is a text or graphic that when clicked jumps the viewer to a different location or to a different program. When a document is viewed on screen, hyperlinks allow readers to link or jump to a web page, an email address, a file, or a specific location in a document. When you create a hyperlink in a document, you select the text or graphic you want to use as a hyperlink, and then you specify the location you want to jump to when the hyperlink is clicked. You create a hyperlink using the Hyperlink button in the Links group on the Insert tab, and text that is formatted as a hyperlink appeared as colored underlined text. So if we take a look now at step 1, it tells us that the very first thing that we want to do is that we want to select your name. So I'm going to select my name here. After that, it tells us we want to click on the Insert tab on our ribbon, and then we're going to click on the Hyperlink button, and that's in the Links group. And of course, the Insert Hyperlink dialog box opens up, and you use this dialog box to specify the location you want to jump to when the hyperlink, in this case your name, is clicked. Now of course, by default, Word automatically creates a hyperlink to an email address or URL when you type in the address or URL in the document. Step 2 tells us that we want to click on email address. And of course, email address is located here on the left hand side, and it's this button down here where it says email address. And now the Insert Hyperlink dialog box changes so that you can create a hyperlink to your email address. Step 3 tells us that we want to type your email address in the email address text box. So up here where it says email address, I'm going to go ahead and type in my email address. Now you'll probably notice as I'm typing this that some additional words has appeared before my email address, where it says mail to. And of course that is some special code that is embedded into the Word document that tells that when you click on this link, it wants you to open up your email program and mail this to my address, and it's going to prepare this up. And so we notice that I've input my email address in, and then after that it tells us that in the subject area we're going to type travel lecture series in the subject area. So when you have this sent out to different people, you can actually tell what the subject is going to be, or a suggested subject is going to be. That way, so you know roughly what it's pertaining to. Once we have that, we're just going to go ahead and click on OK, and that is going to insert our hyperlink. Now, of course, as you type, as we noticed, the Word automatically adds mail to : in front of your email address. And of course, after you close the dialog box, the hyperlink text, which is your name, is formatted in blue and underlined. Now step 4 tells us that we want to press and hold our control key on our keyboard, and then we're going to click on our name, which is the hyperlink. And of course, if you point your mouse pointer to this, you will notice that it gives you a screen tip that tells you the location or what it's going to be going to, and it gives you the directions of press your control key. When you press your control key, you'll see the little hand pointer that tells you that that's a hyperlink. And when we click on this, this may take it just a little bit on there, an email message is going to be addressed to you with the subject Travel Lecture Series, and it opens up in your default email program. Now people can use this hyperlink to send you an email message. Now one thing to keep in mind is that if you don't have your email program already set up and going, this is not going to fully work for you on there. It's probably going to ask you to set up your email account. However, I do have my email account already set up, and we notice that there's my email account and it's sending it to myself, and the subject is already there. And then so now all the user would have to do is type in a message. Of course, what we're going to do now is we're going to go to step 5, and that's when we're going to close the email message window. And of course, if it asks us to save our Now, of course, a quick tip that we might could use when using hyperlinks is that if you want to ever remove a hyperlink, you can always right-click the hyperlink and then click on Remove Hyperlink. Now, removing a hyperlink removes the link, but the text or the picture or whatever it is still remains. Now, of course, you'll also notice as well that the hyperlink has changed colors. It was a blue and now it's a purple, and that shows that that hyperlink has been visited. In step 6, it tells us that we want to scroll down, and we're going to select gas lamp quarter in the second paragraph. And that for me is on the second line right here, so we're going to select gas lamp quarter. Then next, we're going to go back up and click on the hyperlink because we're going to insert in a hyperlink here. And this time we're going to use an existing file or web page. So we want to click on this top button over here on the link to. And when we do this, this brings us back to where we can insert the hyperlink as a file or a web page. And what we're going to do is we're going to type in a URL, and that is www.gaslamp.org in the address text box. And the address text box is down here at the bottom, and we can just go ahead and start typing in www.gaslamp.org. And we have that. We're going to go ahead and click on our OK. Now, of course, as you type the web address, Word will automatically add in the http:// in front of the www or the www dot. And the text gas lamp quarter is formatted as a hyperlink to the Gas Lamp Quarter Association's homepage, which is at www.gaslamp.org. And now, when clicked, the hyperlink will open the web page in your default web browser. Step 7 tells us that we want to select Detailed Schedule in the last sentence of the third paragraph. So we see that down here. Here's our big third paragraph, and we're going to select Detailed Schedule. Once we have that selected, we're going to go back and click on Hyperlink up here, and that's going to take us back to our Insert Hyperlink text box. And in the address area, we're going to input in www.questspecialtytravel.com. And then we're going to click on OK. And of course now the text Detailed Scheduled is formatted as a hyperlink, and this is going to be to the QST website. Now if you point to a hyperlink in Word, the link associated appears as a screen tip. So if I go over here, we notice that there is the link that's there, and it tells us what website it is. Now you can edit the screen tip to make it more descriptive. And so to do that, what we're going to do is we're going to go back up here, and this is step 8. Step 8 tells us that we want to right-click quarter in the gas lamp quarter hyperlink. Now when we do that, this is going to bring up a shortcut menu, and we're going to point here to Edit Hyperlink. And we're going to go ahead and click on Edit Hyperlink. Now when we do that, this brings up the Edit Hyperlink dialog box, which is very similar to the Insert Hyperlink dialog box. And what we're going to do is we're going to click right up here at the top right-hand side, just underneath the close button, where it says Screen Tip. And when we do that, it opens up the Set Hyperlink Screen Tip dialog box. And so here we're going to type in a description where it says map, parking, and other information about the gas lamp quarter, and we're going to type that in there. Once we have that typed in, we're going to click on OK, and then we're going to click on OK again, and that will save our changes. And now if we point to the gas lamp quarter here, notice that our screen tip has changed from just the URL to our description that we put on there as well. Now, of course, you can also add the hyperlink destination or the hyperlink text, so that is your choice that you can do from the Edit Hyperlink dialog box. Now, on step 9, it tells us that we're going to press and hold our Control key, and we're going to click on the gas lamp quarter. And then, of course, from here, this is going to take us to the gas lamp quarter's website. We can maximize this up, and we see here that there's the gas lamp quarter. Now, what we're going to do next is we're going to go back down to our taskbar here, and we're going to maximize Word. So we're going to bring back up our document here, and we're going to press Control and we're going to click on a detailed schedule. So we're clicking on this hyperlink and we see it takes us to the web page or the URL that we were looking for. Now, it is very important that you verify that the links open up in your browser and that they are the correct links, and these are the correct ones that are on there. This is the one for Quest Specialty Travel, and here's the one for the Gaslamp website. Once you've verified those, we can go ahead and close down our tabs in Internet Explorer, which will close down Internet Explorer, and then we can click on our, if it doesn't pop up automatically, we can make sure that we go back to Word, so we end up here back at our document. Now, of course, remember, before distributing the document, you want to make sure that you test out everything to make sure that it verifies that it works properly. Now, of course, in addition to blog posts, as we talked about in the last video, you can actually share documents directly from Word, and which actually does include emailing and faxing. Now, Word includes several options for distributing and sharing documents over the Internet directly from within Word, which include saving a document to SkyDrive for others to view and edit, emailing a document, presenting a document online so others can view it in a web browser, and posting a document to a blog, which we talked about in the last video. Now, to share a document, you need to open the file in Word, and then you can click on your File tab, which takes you to the back stage view, and then you can go back down to the Share button, which we took a look at a little bit earlier. And here, this is where you can email a document within Word. And of course, the document is sent as an attachment to an email message using your default email program, which for the Office suite is Outlook. Now, you can choose to attach the document as a Word file, a PDF file, or an XPS file, or send it as an Internet fax. Now, when you click on an option, a message window opens that includes the file name of the current file as the message of the subject and the file as an attachment. Now, if we click on that, if I'm going to send this as an email and I click on this, I can send this as an attachment here, and notice that my Outlook is going to open up and have this ready for me to go on there. And of course, notice that there's the subject, there's my attachment, and I can go ahead and write this message to my intended recipient that's on there. Now, of course, we need to note that faxing a document directly from Word requires registration with a third-party Internet fax service. And of course, fax services generally charge a monthly or per-page fee for sending and receiving faxes, so you want to be careful when choosing those options unless you have one that you do currently use. That concludes the information that is on pages Word 38 and 39, all about adding hyperlinks. Our next video is going to be our last video in the series, and that is where we're going to be working with the document properties, and that's going to be on pages Word 40 and 41. So if you follow through this direction, you can go ahead and just close down your email message and make sure that you do save your document, and you are ready to move on to the final video.